There's an in-between zone. There's the Twilight Zone somewhere. Aliens always go to the US for some reason. Original composition and music supervised tracks. I'm not sure if they're gonna do it with this movie. It's getting closer and the thing's under your bed. Like. Hey guys, welcome back to another Composer React, and we are here with Joel Renker.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice thing, Joel Renker wrote a lot of amazing tracks for our trailer albums that are come out, that have like an industry release and also a release just for the public on Spotify and stuff. So definitely check that out. But recently you are helping out with a little bit more of the on-site audio as well. So this trailer react, of course, that we are filming, we're also going to do a little bit more about explanation videos.
Yeah.
And then again, you need a lot of on-site microphones and the setup and post-processing. How do you like that in comparison to composition?
It's something different. I like to sometimes to do different things. So when I go back to producing, I've done some other things and I get some inspiration out of that. Because when you are sitting always making music, sometimes your brain is going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
So sometimes you need to do something else, a little bit less that you have to be creative, but more like
engineering.
Yeah, engineering.
So I remember when I did audio engineering as well. Then I could taste all these like different kinds of disciplines. So it could be live music. It could be, of course, the composition of things. Could be recording something in a studio. And what I really like about this is that I could taste all these things. For example, doing live mixing in a pop podium, for example, wasn't really my thing. Like I like it, I know how it's done, but this is not really my thing. Although I like more if it's like a video production or something, then I start to like it because it's one setup, you make it good.
Yeah.
And that in combination with composition and sound design, I think that gives me the right dynamic for the whole audio field.
Yeah, it's for me the same. For me, it's exactly the same.
Shall we just dive into it and see what we think?
Yeah, of course. I think it's really good.
He's always a very surprising guy. So I guess this one is going to surprise us.
I think so.
All right, let's go.
I hope so also.
For Nope.
Yes.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse? And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
There's another great-grandfather.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's why back at the Haywood Ranch,
He brings always this unique approach to countryside, America.
Yeah, skin in the game.
Nice. This music, so don't expect that for a horror movie.
No. It's a really good beginning for a movie like that.
Yeah, just like a slow start, a little bit like more comedic.
Ooh, now it's changing.
Oh, here we go. What's happening? How cool is this?
Ooh, I like this sound.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Super cool sound. What is that? Such a weird change of events, right?
Yeah.
Very mysterious. Like that sound.
What's a bad miracle?
Just, okay, got some rhythm in this stuff.
They got a word for that.
Nice how they use this sound. Oh my God. Oh wow.
Boom.
I think it is a little bit more supernatural.
Yeah, no.
That's a UFO. A UFO, I think. Man, these shots are so cool, huh?
Yeah.
Very dark sound design. Look at that. Nope. The use of music is really unique. I like it where you use kind of this soul style, but then also making this rhythmic, trailerized version of that. So that's really good. I think it's it doesn't say too much. It does say a little bit about, of course,
There's
I think
something
it's
coming.
Alien stuff. I like how they pick this kind of battle with like, or kind of pick this whole setting of doing it in like the countryside US. It's always aliens always go to the US for some reason. That's how they do it. But then again, you had a little bit when his name is coming in.
Yeah,
it's
that
kind
sound.
that sound and the way it does. It really reminds a little bit of the Shining. Part,
Yeah,
huh?
Shining. Beetje a little bit old school, a little bit that tension, that gruelness in the sound. That
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I think it's a cool approach because in a way this trailer doesn't say anything yet. It's it does say a lot of things. It sets the setting.
Scary, yeah.
It's setting the tone. What he does as well with Get Out and with Us is I love that he makes this great combination between a little bit of this down to earth comedy.
Yeah.
But then also make it really disturbing. And he does it with Get Out and with Us a lot, where it's like, okay, now this is going to be fine. This is going to be just
a good movie.
Okay, and then he just flips it into something completely disturbing, a tense moment.
Yeah.
And I really like that he does that.
Yeah.
And his comedic background, of course, shows that you need to make it light and very... I guess it's kind of a real approach to something supernatural. And especially for something like this, I'm very curious how he's gonna turn this event in something that could happen every day.
Yeah.
And then with a little bit of a twist.
Yes. That you are just living your life. Everything is going well. And then... Yeah, then it's the shit going to get loose.
Hit the fan, yeah. And what I like is that he also with the use of music, so it's kind of unique.
Yeah.
So you get like a little bit of like this down to earth, relaxed start, a little bit of this soul music. Then it goes over into this weird shining sound effect.
Yeah, the Foley's and the screaming in the background. You don't know what for screaming it is. Like a little bit of you hear the horse, you hear people, but you don't know where it's coming from. Dus you can just maybe the aliens are screaming or they are
operating on somebody.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you don't know. And you see the weird stuff is going down because the camera and the people is going to look up. Yeah. So I think it's aliens.
And maybe, I haven't seen it. I think the nice thing is maybe it's a hoax. So maybe it's like people playing a trick on them. Maybe it isn't supernatural, but it makes it look like it's supernatural.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows how this movie is going to turn out?
Yeah.
Sound-wise, I really like what they did. And also within these movies, they use this great mix between original composition and music supervised tracks. I'm not sure if they're going to do it with this movie. That's nice. I really find it to redefine horror a little bit is quite hard, right? What would you do? Are you going to make like this hack and slasher kind of serial killer comes for you, teenage horror movie? Are you going to make a supernatural one? But then again, sometimes it becomes quite like the same recipe, but just a different director, so it has a little bit of a different taste. This one always feels
so different.
Yeah, where I'm like, wow, that's cool. There's also sometimes a little bit of a
inspiration of the old horror movie trailers.
Yeah, but then also something important like the whole racist matter. Like he puts all these things into it, and especially with this one, you have the countryside, which is kind of really white American, but now mixing it with kind of the black community. I think that's great. You break kind of these misconceptions that a lot of people have, or kind of these cliches, and you break that and you make this combination, and therefore feels somewhat eerie. But as well, the thematic is very important that you tell these stories, and then in a very a blockbustery horror way that you say, okay, how can you bring this to a bigger audience to make them question a few things?
Yeah.
While not being too on the nose.
No.
So sometimes it can be extremely on the nose and then it feels almost like education. But to use entertainment like that, man, that's like hats off to Jordan Peele to do that. To use entertainment, still be like an extreme entertainment value, and then sneak in like all these like very important messages.
Yeah.
So that's really admirable.
Yeah, I think so.
So you are also like a horror fanatic. What is that makes you tingle that much? Like, why do you like so much this horror world? Is there something that you say, yeah, okay, but I just can't stay away from it? Like I'm creating a little bit of an epic song, then maybe an emotional song, but you always return back to this disturbing horror sounds.
For me, it's the unknown.
The unknown.
Yeah, the unknown. When you see horrors or listen to the sounds, it needs to be, I didn't hear that before, or I didn't hear that. So I want to question what it is. So if you have the monster or the sound of the monster, it needs to be different. You don't know the sound, so you can't, before you see the monster, you think where it's coming from, what's the monster, how big is the monster.
Do you believe in ghosts in real life? Do you believe in monsters?
I don't disbelieve, but I don't believe in them. This little bit.
There's an in-between zone. There's the Twilight Zone somewhere. Okay, now that's it. But then again, like, when are you in real life? You know, you have this point where you're kind of jump scare. You know, like somebody scares you, you have to jump scare. That's kind of, okay, you get the shock factor real fast. But there's always this other jump scare where kind of your hairs are getting standing right up in your neck.
Yeah, goosebumps.
But then again, it's this jump scare that takes not this 1 second. It takes like this 2.5 seconds where you kind of feel like the gray hairs are popping out of your hair. Like, whoa, what just happens? Those are the greatest jump scares where I'm like really tense. Kind of your muscles tighten up a little bit. Like, brace yourself. I believe that is a very difficult thing to do in movies, where you go to this moment where you're like, oh, okay, I'm not sure when to expect it anymore. Because sometimes these jump scares, they become like, okay, it's gonna come, and then obvious, they wait a little bit, and then they jump scare obvious, you. I do like when it's not coming. So when I like it too. You think it's coming, they just continue, and they're like, okay.
You just forgot that.
And then, I think I forgot about it. You just continue in a different scene. And then they get you.
Yeah.
Or not so much. It's mostly for me the tension. So when somebody says a movie scary or a game scary, I would base it more on the tension that I feel throughout the whole experience.
Yeah.
Than say, oh, I jump scared 5 times, so it's a scary movie. That's not how I consider a scary movie. No. But if I say, wow, I become a little tense now, looking into the dark. In reality, where I'm like, ooh, this is getting a little bit more scary. Or maybe the moment that you walk the stairs, you walk a little bit faster because you think somebody is following you.
Especially when you have a bad dream of somebody running after you, and then you wake up, and then you go to the toilet, and then imagine that someone is going to grab you.
Did you have that as a kid? You know, when you walk the stairs?
Yeah, of course. I had, like,
what's behind me?
I always had the same dream. Like from the living room to my room,
upstairs,
hallway upstairs, to the attic.
Okay, so you had like 3 floors, you do 2 stairs.
So I was always running to in a dream, I was always running from the living room to upstairs. And then I always imagine someone is behind me and grabbing me. But sometimes I win, I was in my room and I was safe. But I sometimes had a dream, I really feel someone grab my ankle.
In the dream or in reality?
In the dream, and then I wake up.
Wow.
But then there is nobody, of course. But it's,
wow. Okay.
But you can. I think as kids you can dream like so serious that you think
you
it's real.
really imagine demons. Like the mind is an extremely powerful tool.
Yeah.
The most pain and problems that we witness is all in the head.
Yeah.
So that moment that you are like in extreme stress because you're running for your life on the stairs, like it's something we do to ourselves.
Nowhere. It's in the dreams.
And it's getting closer, and the thing's under your bed. Like, why is it grabbing? And you know your foot, like when you're sleeping, and so, like I like the cold sometimes.
Yeah.
So sometimes my feet need to stick out, or I stick like the blanket between my legs. But then again, if your feet sticking out on the end of your bed, it can always grab you. It can always grab your leg. So you need to be careful. Sometimes you need to fold it.
Yeah, of course I had it too. Especially.
Although I like to live a little dangerous, so I always like
living on the edge.
Feet. Yeah. I'm feeding my feet. So to the demon that's supposed to eat it. All right. This is a great one. I'm going to definitely watch this.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool. For now, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this, make sure to subscribe and support the channel. Also, if you have any suggestions on movies or games that you want us to react to, leave it down in the comments. Also, what you think of this movie. Are you going to watch this one or not? Like, I'm definitely going to check this out in the cinema. For now, thank you so much for watching. and see you next time.
Thank you.
Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.